Lokesh, can you unmute yourself?
Hi, Saurabh.
Yes, hi Lokesh, how are you?
Doing good, Saurabh. Thank you.
All right, so
Good afternoon, everyone.
what exactly we have exciting for all of the members in this last session?
In this last session, we'll pick our fifth project, which is telecom churn prediction.
All right, okay.
Okay, so I will share the data set,
Sure,
and
sure.
we'll start from scratch, and we'll build our model to predict customer churning.
Wow, amazing. So let's get started, people, and let's welcome Lokesh in a Power Pack manner. Just type in the chat box, LL, love Lokesh. Just type in the chat box, love Lokesh, sir, and we are good to start. All over to you, and wish you an amazing session.
Thank you, Saurabh. Thanks, everyone. So let me quickly share my screen. I hope you all can see my screen. So let me quickly open Anaconda, Jupyter Notebook R. Just give me a second. Okay. So guys, this is our day 8, and in our last class we have covered market basket analysis. The topic for our today's session is predict churning prediction, or the data set which we will use here is telco data set, telecommunication data set. This is telecom churn prediction. Churning means customer is leaving you, or your employees are leaving you. Churning in your business, like we have a growth is a positive side, right? So similarly, if you want to find something due to the some of the users or customers are leaving, you call that churning. Now in this case study, in this project, guys, we have telecom data. हमारे पास telecom data set है. I will import the telecom data set here. Will show you that data set also, and will predict अगर हम कोई नया कस्टमर ऐड करते हैं, and on the basis of my customer behaviors, well, this customer will leave us or will stay with us. This is what we want to predict. Anju, churning means here छोड़ के जाना. Telecom में we have a data set. Let me just quickly show you, and then you can take reference using that easily. So let's go here. Let me search that data set. This, not this one, this one. No, Ram Singh. Customer is leaving you. Customer churning means customer is leaving you. Let's say Netflix, they have executed one campaign, and their campaign, Netflix campaign, is to retain customers. So they have a campaign, free trial for 30 days. Okay. So two keywords very important here. दो कीवर्ड बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है guys. One is retention. कितने कस्टमर्स को वो रिटेन करके रखेंगे, एंड सेकंड इज चर्निंग. कितने कस्टमर्स उनको मंथली, वीकली और क्वार्टरली और ईयरली छोड़ के जा रहे हैं. Very important, right? Similarly for employees also, if you have employee data, yearly, quarterly, monthly, how many employees are leaving you. That is what called is churn. Okay, hope this makes sense, everyone. Now the data set which we have, जो data set है हमारे पास, उसमें हमारे पास टेलीकॉम का डेटा सेट है एंड वी हैव कस्टमर आईडी. You can see this data set is keeping a track of customer ID, gender, customer is male or female, customer is senior citizen or not, partner, dependent है, tenure क्या है customer का, कितने टाइम से हमारे साथ है वो customers, and phone services कौन सी यूज करता है, multiple lines यूज कर रहा है या नहीं कर रहा है, internet services यूज कर रहा है या नहीं कर रहा है. All these features you can see we have captured here. Online security, online backup, device protections, tech support. So these all information we have. Now on the basis of this you can see we have a monthly charges, total rental, all these values also we have here. और यहाँ पर एंड में हमारे पास है चर्न, मतलब नो मीन्स ये कस्टमर स्टिल हमारे साथ है बिजनेस में, और यस मीन्स ये कस्टमर छोड़ के जा चुका है. रिटेंशन मीन्स रोक के रखना. राम सिंह, कस्टमर नेटफ्लिक्स के 30 डेज के फ्री ट्रायल कैंपेन के बाद आया है और आफ्टर 60 डेज क्या वो स्टिल हमारे बिजनेस का पार्ट है कि नहीं. सो कितना हमारा रिटेंशन रेट चलता है. अगर एक कस्टमर को मैंने जनवरी में एक्वायर्ड किया, लेट्स से 100 कस्टमर्स वी हैव एक्वायर्ड इन जनवरी, फरवरी में कितने रिटेन हो गए हैं उसमें से. सो लेट्स से मैं नंबर कहता हूं कि 100 हमने न्यू एक्वायर किए थे. वी हैव एक्वायर्ड न्यू कस्टमर्स आर 100 थ्रू कैंपेन्स, यूट्यूब, फेसबुक मार्केटिंग. हमने 100 न्यू कस्टमर्स को एक्वायर्ड किया, ठीक है. फरवरी में इन 100 न्यू कस्टमर्स में से 80 रह जाते हैं, तो दिस इज योर रिटेंशन इज विच इज 80% हियर. इफ आई टॉक अबाउट चर्निंग, चर्निंग कितनी हुई है गाइस? एनी इनपुट? वी हैव एक्वायर्ड 100 कस्टमर्स इन जनवरी, उसमें से 80 ही रिटेंशन है, मींस 80 ही रह गए आपके पास. सो मींस 80%, 100 by 80 by 100 clearly. So your churning is 20%. Hope these two keywords are clear with everyone. Acquired. Okay. So very common keywords: acquisition, customer acquisition, customer retention, customer churning in customer data set. So you can see now last column we have churning. No means customer is still with us. Yes means customer has left us. And obviously we have multiple columns here guys. Okay. On the basis of that I want to train a model using all these features, my independent variable, to predict, well, if we have a new customer and new customer gender information we have, senior citizen information we have, partner, dependent, all this information we have, monthly rental, count, streaming views, movies, all this information we have. On the basis of that I want to predict, well, that customer will leave us or will be with us. That thing I want to predict. हम ये प्रेडिक्ट करना चाहते हैं अपने इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल के बेसिस पे. एल्गोरिथम आई विल यूज वन ऑफ द एल्गोरिथम जो हमने क्लासेस में कवर किया है. चर्निंग आपको प्रेडिक्ट करना है. ये आपका वाई वेरिएबल है. जब आपका वाई वेरिएबल ओनली 2 आउटपुट्स दे, ट्रू, फॉल्स, यस, नो, 0, 1, सो विच रिग्रेशन वी कैन परफॉर्म गाइस? Remember, इंश्योरेंस प्रेडिक्शन में हमने यूज किया था लॉजिस्टिक रिग्रेशन, करेक्ट. सो हियर आल्सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ आवर इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स सारे हम प्रेडिक्ट करना चाहते हैं कि कस्टमर विल लीव अस और विल बी विद अस. दिस इज व्हाट वी वांट टू प्रेडिक्ट. सो हियर वी हैव churn column and on the basis of that we'll perform it. Till here any questions? Ram Singh or other guys? Nidhi, Anju, Sandeep? No. So I will use the logistic regression here, and you know that in logistic regression we use sigmoid function to create the best fit line. We'll split our data into training and test. We'll train our model using training and we'll test. We'll check the prediction with test. Confusion matrix को बनाएंगे to check, okay, how much accurate our model is. Okay, confusion matrix. Let's start. Let's work on this. So I have already opened one Jupyter notebook. Okay, and the first thing is to import libraries. Okay, so import NumPy as np import pandas as pd, import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, percentage matplotlib inline. We use this magic line to render our chart. So this is very common step, guys. What we do, we import our libraries. Second is I want to import data. So let me run this and let's here import data. Second step है जब आप libraries को import कर लोगे उसके बाद आपको data को import करना है. Correct? And the algorithm which I'm using here is logistic regression. हमने वो algorithm already detail में पढ़ा हुआ है. Data set भी हमने discuss कर लिया है. Y है which I want to predict yes or no. So that means logistic regression is the problem here. Is the solution here. So import data, and you can see we have a PD here. So let me create data equals to PD dot read CSV, because I have captured data in CSV file and data is in my directory. So I will just copy the name of this data, which is telco customer churn CSV file, this file. Let's come here and in single quote लिखते हैं इसको. डेटा को एक्सप्लोर करते हैं. डेटा के फर्स्ट 5 रोज को देख लेते हैं. पूरा डेटा हमने लोड किया है न्यूक्लियर. So let's click on run button and you can see from this, in this data frame which is data, we have loaded this entire data. टेलीकॉम चर्न कस्टमर्स और फर्स्ट 5 रोज हैं. आप देख रहे हो आपके पास कस्टमर आईडी है, जेंडर है, सीनियर सिटीजन का स्टेटस है, पार्टनर है, डिपेंडेंट है. ऑल दिस इंफॉर्मेशन वी हैव कैप्चर्ड हियर टिल चर्न. करेक्ट? यू कैन सी. नेक्स्ट थिंग, ओके, दिस इज फाइन. डेटा एक्सप्लोरेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है गाइस. डेटा को एक्सप्लोर करना. हमने फर्स्ट 5 रोज को तो देख लिया और हमने देखा ओके दीज और कॉलम्स हैं, दैट्स ओके. एंड फर्स्ट 5 रोज में 21 कॉलम्स दिख रहे हैं. बट we have a very interesting method which is which we can use. हम use कर सकते हैं to check कि कितनी rows और कितने columns है data में, and that is data dot shape. Shape method on your data frame will tell you कि how many rows and columns we have. So you can see here हमारे पास 7032 rows हैं, हमारे data set में 21 columns हैं. Okay. Now next is after shape, I know how many number of rows and columns we have. I want to prepare my data for model. Modeling के लिए हमें data को prepare करना है. And we know that जब हम data को store करते हैं तो हम अपने x और y को define करते हैं. Correct guys? Here my y is churn column and x are all these features, independent columns. But in this independent column, maybe we have some duplicate columns or some of the columns are not making sense. कुछ columns जो sense नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम उनको डिलीट कर देंगे. फॉर एन एग्जांपल कस्टमर आईडी मुझे चाहिए ही नहीं ये कॉलम, बिकॉज कस्टमर आईडी का कोई रिलेशन ही नहीं होगा उसके चर्निंग बिहेवियर पे. कस्टमर आईडी इज द यूनिकली आइडेंटिफायर, राइट? सो आई विल ड्रॉप दिस कॉलम फ्रॉम हियर. सो फर्स्ट थिंग, लेट मी ड्रॉप दिस कॉलम फ्रॉम माय डेटा फ्रेम व्हिच इज डेटा. सो लेट्स गो हियर, डेटा डॉट ड्रॉप. व्हिच कॉलम यू वांट टू ड्रॉप? आई वांट टू ड्रॉप customer ID. Okay, and in drop axis equals to 1, when I want to perform my drop command, I don't want to perform along rows, I want to perform this command along columns. See, जो drop method है, आप rows को भी drop कर सकते हैं और columns को भी drop कर सकते हैं. But how I want to do right now, I want to drop this column which is customer ID. So इसलिए हमने axis equal to 1 दिया है, which means this method will work on this data frame which is data along columns. And in place equals to true means this will show impact. आपका जो main data frame है ना data, उस data frame में actually this will drop the customer ID column. Okay, so let me click on run button. Now if I show you data dot head, click on run. You can see we don't have customer ID column. Customer ID column हमें चाहिए ही नहीं, so we have dropped that column. Okay. Next, if I explore this data more, if I go in customer ID, gender, senior citizen, partners, all this here. If I go on the right hand side, you can see we have 2 more column here. One is monthly charges and total charges. And there is a relation between monthly total is your like till date कितना charge हुआ है customer का अब तक. Right, and these are his monthly information. Let's say I don't want to use total charges here in my calculation, so we can popped out we can remove this column from this total charges. So we can use pop method here, which will remove this column from your data frame. Okay. Hemant, we are not defining, we are removing that entire column. Customer ID का कोई sense ही नहीं है मेरे X variable में put करने का. Right? No one can detect because customer ID is always a unique customer ID. So that's why we have removed this entire column. Okay. Now next thing is I also want to popped out. Popped out means remove. Again, this is another method to remove, and I want to remove the pop-up. Pop this column from there. So this will pop this entire column from there, and you can see this has returned this column as output. But here, if I show you data and click on run, you can see now if I scroll on the right hand side, there is no total charges column here. Okay, you have to mention the row number. We'll show you that. Let me just mark this as comment. So I have removed guys 2 columns here. One is customer ID, one is our data frame total charges from here. 2 column which I don't need because I have a monthly charges there, so I don't need that column. Now what is next? Okay, first I want to see in this data where we have good number of rows which are around 7,000 plus rows में कितने हमारे पास churn customer है जो छोड़ के जा चुके हैं, those are which are not part of my business, और कितने existing customer है पहले ये पता करते हैं. So this thing you know, हमारे पास churn का एक column है जिसमें information है customer is still with our business or not, yes or no की information हमने capture की है इस churn के column में, right? In this column we have captured. So we can visualize this. We can visualize this in the form of pie chart, right? Pie chart if we create, and in pie chart if I show how many number of no records we have, how many number of yes record we have, we can perform this. Correct. So for this, what I will do, first I want to count how many no we have from here and how many yeses we have in this column. This is very important. So let's perform this. Let's say D is one variable, one value in which I am storing from data from column which is churn. Churn column में से D variable में we are storing what? Values dot count. Values का count कितना है? And do you want to sort when you are counting? Yes, because this will make your algorithm run faster. Because if you keep all the no's and then all the yes together, this will count the values. Click on run button. What error we have here? Okay, so there is no keyword values actually. We have value. I'm sure CHURN, churn, and CH. Okay, C is capital here, so we have to write this in capital. Click on run. Value count. There is no attribute value count. This is counts, not values count. So you have to run. The attribute name is values count. Done. So in this we have stored how many values we have for yes and no. And pie chart creation is very simple, guys. We just have to write plt.py and d value, the data in which we have stored how many yeses and how many no's we have, and that we have stored value by count in d variable. So click on run. And you can see your pie chart here. So you can see good number of values we have in blue and good number of values we have in red. Okay, but what these values are, we don't know. हमें मालूम नहीं है blue वाली values कौन सी है और orange वाली values कौन सी है. ये भी बहुत important define करना, right? So we can mention here that some features if you want to create. So you can define, okay, what all you want to use here. So let's say I want to use, let me take reference. What colors you want to give to these? कौन सा color आपको assign करना है? That reference also you can take from online data. Okay, and what labels you want to give? That too you can take reference from online data. Okay, so I'm starting from color because you can see we have mentioned here the DL. Okay, so let me go here and let's say hexa color code for gray. So you can see we have a light gray hexa color code. Let me use this one here, that this color I want to give to one section, gray. And for green also, let me pick here. And this one is for yellow, lime, this green. Okay, so hexa color code for green. So you can define color code by name or color code by this also. So in our plt.py, we have one argument which is colors, where you can define your colors, and my colors is equals to colors. In colors list, here I am passing list. You can change the name of this list also. Let's say this is C and this is also C. कलर्स पैरामीटर में हमने लिस्ट पास किया जिसके अंदर हमने दो कलर डिफाइन करें, which are you can see gray and this. So if I click on run button, you can see gray and green. One thing we have passed list here. Second, do you want to show in percentage? ये कितना percentage है? Do you want to show this in percentage? Okay, we can reverse this also. Let's say I want to show yes in green and this guy in red. So you can see green is good, gray is in small amount. Okay, next is, do you want to show values in percentage? Yes, I want to show values in percentage. So what we have to do, we have to use auto PCT, auto percentage. We have to use this parameter of the pie plot, and then okay, we have to define the format, which is percentage 1.f star star percentage. So this is the format which will show your values up to 2 decimal places. Now if I click on run button, okay, some problem with this argument. You can see here we have this in 2 double quotes, and up to 1 decimal place or 2 decimal place we want to see. This is again in double quote here. We need only single quote. One dot f percentage is to define. We need number variable up to 2 decimal places, and you can see values in percentage. So where you can see we have yeses, the customers which are with us, still with us, are 73%, and the customers who has left us are 26%. Okay, some other argument also you can use. One of them is explode, which will show you your pie chart. आपके pie chart को 2 अलग-अलग parts में define करेगा, explode कर देगा in those sections को. I don't want to use that. Do you want to give shadow in this? We have argument for shadow also. I'm fine with this right now. And now let's give plt dot title, and this is your percentage of churn customers. Okay, plt dot show command we always use. And one more thing here, let me do, which is data में labels भी दे देते हैं, which one is yes and which one is no. So I give here L for label, and which is yes and no. So here I write labels equals to my list, which is L here, and we have to pass comma here. Click karo run, and you can see yes, we have 73%. No, we have 26.5 in our data. Okay, now when you have counted your values in this, if I don't give this, labels is not defined. We have to define our labels. You can use Shefali data frame.unique method, which will drive the values from this. Okay, let me go right now with this. Correct, Ram Singh. So one approach we have performed here is for data understanding. that okay, in our data we have 26% no customers, those who are not part of my business, and 73.42% which are part of my business, still part of our business. Next is, in our logistic regression, what is the next step? Is to define your X and Y. Correct? You clearly know that your Y is churn, and rest of the column we want to use as an independent variable. Rest of the columns को हम independent variable use करना चाहते हैं, Y को हम predict करना चाहते हैं. जो column आप predict करना चाहते हो, which is in character, you can see here, yes no yes no. So what we have to do, हमको इसको encode करना पड़ेगा. Right? In data pre-processing, what we do, we encode our data. Correct. So let's go in our data and apply data pre-processing. Data को prepare करना for modeling. I'm not splitting it right now. अभी हम पहले split नहीं कर रहे हैं. पहले हम अपने data को yes और no में split कर रहे हैं. So what I will do here now, from sklearn equals to pre-processing dot label encoder. Remember, import label encoder. Remember, pre-processing library से हमने label import, इसके instance को हमें बनाना. So let me just import sklearn dot import. Hemant, obviously if I write no and yes here, this will give me no this one and yes this one. But I know that we have a good number of items here. You can see. Correct. Now, just give me a second. plt.py for labels. If your question is how automatically, I'm missing that argument because when we are passing labels in our here, labels equals to none will give no labels. It's list optional default none values, a sequence of strings. But we want to give labels. So when I'm saying, okay, I don't want to pass using list this one. So what my input is, first you should check how many number of group by, use group by method to check how many number of yeses and nos we have in separate data frame, and then pass them in your pie chart. Hemant, because we are directly creating the pie chart, I have not first extracted yes and nos. Okay, so my first job should be to extract how many yeses and nos we have in my data frame. You can see, and for that we can use group by command. Correct. And then after that I will visualize it just to check. Okay. So now what I want to do, I want to perform pre-processing the data which we have here. Print data.head. Click on run button. You can see most of them are in characters. Right. I don't need them in characters. Let me start with char. I want to encode it. Okay. Now, what we have to do? Hemant, that's why I have given input. First, you have to check how many yeses and nos we have. Okay. How you can check how many yeses and no we have? You can use group by method on data frame to detect that. Once you get to know, okay, this many yes and this many no's we have, you can use that command. Now let's create one object which is label encoder. I don't want to print this now, my entire data frame. और हम start कर रहे हैं churning से. What I want to do, I want to encode. This is my object. The processing dot label encoder is our class. We are creating this object using this class from this module. हमने cover किया है label encoder को in our logistic regression. That label encoder will label your character variables. So यहाँ पर if we write data chunk is equals to label encoder जो आपका object है dot fit transform your data chunk. So this will encode your chunk column and this will store in this column, which is your data chunk. Okay, so if I click on run and you can see your data chunk. Now here, if I drive this, if you check, okay, what all values we have, let me go data dot head again, click on run. And if you check now in your chunk column, we have zeros and ones instead of yes and no. So label encoder ने क्या किया, आपके encode कर दिया column को and you can see we have 0 and 1 information here. Okay. Next thing again, we have performed this for our churning column, which is our Y here, which is okay. Okay, we have performed this for Y, but same I want to perform on my Axis also. And in X you can see we have partner, we have dependent, we have internet services, we have online security. All these columns we have which are as characters. So if my values are in characters, how we can check strength? That is not possible. So we have to encode these all columns also. So let's start with gender, and you can see we have gender here, and then we have senior citizen, which is already, but you can see partner, dependent, we should. Tenure, it's a number variable, which is fine, no need to perform this, but we have to perform for phone services. So let me copy this and perform this for gender. Okay, and let's copy this and perform this for senior partner. Actually, and after that, dependent, phone services, phone services, and here also multiple lines. Internet service, online security, online backup, device protection, and then we have after device protection, because we have around 21 columns, text port streaming, TV. Let's go here quickly. Let's perform these also. Tech support, streaming TV. Contract. One more column which we want to encode here is paperless billing. Payment method. Monthly charges, it's already a number variable. I don't want to change it. And then we have charging. So let me remove this from here. Okay. And now let's click on button to perform this run button. All right. So self key dependent. Some problem seems with this data. Let me just check the column first. Seems some typo here. Where is dependent? Dependent seems okay to me. Okay. Let me just click on print out columns and check here dependent. Where is dependent? Okay, it's dependents. So we have to write S here. And one more error in phone services. Phone services. We should check this also. Let's quickly fix this. Phone service it is. And let me just check multiple lines also quickly. Multiple line is fine. Multiple lines. And internet service is okay. Click on run. And you can see we have successfully encoded all the values here. Okay. So here we have encoded our values which are very important for logistic regression. Logistic regression के लिए बहुत important है कि आप अपनी values को encode करो. Correct? और आप देखो आपने 0 और 1 में values को encode कर दिया. Now, as your values are not character values, we can see how they are related. We can check the strength. Okay. Next step which I will perform now here is to detect my X and Y. Okay. So let's go here and you can see we have churning. Now, if I write Y is equals to churning, which is your data churn dot values. That's it, simple. And your X is in your data frame. आपके इस data frame में जहाँ पर आप देखो gender है, senior citizen है, partner. Gender से लेके I just want to ignore my churn column and I want to keep everything in my X. Okay. So data, we can simply write data dot ilog all the rows and then start from first except -1 dot values. Or I can use one more method here, which is X equals to data dot drop. Which label I want to drop? Churn along column. So ये method क्या करेगा? In your X, this will drop your churn column and will define it. You can use this method or this method. It's up to you. Now let me show you. अगर हम यहाँ पे print Y करें and click on run button, आप output देखो आपके पास 0 और 1, which is your churn column, and we have stored in our Y. In our X, if I print X here, let's say with Y, let me print X also. We have all the column except my churn column. So यहाँ पर देखो gender है, senior citizen है. If I scroll down, you will find multiple lines, internet service, online backup, but there is no churn column in my X now. Okay, I'm fine with the existing output right now. Nidhi, X is equals to, we pass X's value 0 or 1. Which what you want to drop? Do you want to drop row or column? when x is equals to 1, that means we are going along column. We want to drop column. We don't want to drop row. So x is equal to 0 means along rows. X is equals to 1 means along column. Okay. So here we have defined our x and y's. Yes, streaming movies. Correct, Hemant. We have missed this, which we can clearly see here when I scroll on the right hand side. So let me just check. Do we have streaming TV? We have here, and we missed actually streaming movies. Great catch, Hemant. So let me just copy this and let's insert one more line here, and let's label it as streaming movies. Okay. Streaming movies. Click on run. Click on run. Click on run. And now if we check, we have successfully converted streaming movies also. So guys, हमने यहाँ पर x और y define कर दिए, हमने अपनी values को encode कर लिया है in our x and in our y both. What is the next step? The next step is I want to split my data into training and test. Okay, data का x आ चुका है, y आ चुका है, and now I want to create x train, x test, y train, y test. Let's say 80-20 में हम split करना चाहते हैं अपने model को, अपने data को. So training and test splitting. Okay, from sklearn dot model selection import train, test, and split class. So from sklearn dot model selection, we are importing class which is train, test, and split. And using this class, we are creating object x train, x test, y train, y test, and equals to using class which is train, test, and split. We want to define that, okay, we want to use x and y where we want to keep our test size equals to 0.2, 20%. Not in this program, Ram Singh, but in some other cases if you want to drop rows. Okay, now here you can see we have created, no, we are not using here Ram Singh Raghav, dummy variable trap. We have just encoded values into 0 and 1 for logistic regression. Okay, so this will split my data into train and test. Let's check print x test. I'm just checking values whether this will perform successfully or not. And you can see some data, some records which we have performed randomly and data in x test. Okay, this is done. So we have split our data into two parts. What is next? I want to create model, fitting model. Now, as per this, which model I want to use? I want to use logistic regression. So we have to import first sklearn dot logist from linear. Model import logistic regression class. And from this, I will create one object. Let's say that object is model, which is logistic regression. Now, once I create model, we have to fit model using x train and y train. Okay. आप मॉडल को फिट करोगे अपने x train और y train से. Let's click on run. And these are just warnings, which is okay. We have not defined solver. We have not defined values here. No, Hemant. One hot encoder will take care of your dummy variable trap. A label encoder will label your values. Okay. So remember, in multiple linear regression, when we have used one hot encoder, our job was to, if we have multiple columns and one column we have split it in 3 columns, I want to remove the third column from there. So that's why we have used one hot encoder there. Okay. But in case of label encoder, what we want to do, I just want to convert my characters into numbers. All right. So here we have used model.fit, xtrain and ytrain. Now what I want to do, I want to do predictions, correct? So we create ypred here, and which is model dot, you have object here which is model, and we want to predict this. But using what values you want to predict this, so that we can compare. ठीक है, हमने ट्रेनिंग डेटा को लेकर मॉडल को ट्रेन कर लिया है, and now we want to predict our model for ypred using x test, correct? So that we can compare कि y test की जो actual values हैं वो ypred के कितना close है, y test की जो actual values हैं वो ypred के कितना close है. So you can click on run also here, and this is predicted value, this is stored value in my ypred. Correct. Now I want to check the accuracy. For that we can use how much accurate this model is, and that we have covered. We can print accuracy score. We can use this function, and we can check between y test and y predictive how much accurate this model is. So see score. Okay, first we have to import library. We have not imported library yet. So from sklearn dot metrics import accuracy score class. Then only we can execute this. And you can see as per our data, so this is 81% accurate. Do you want to create confusion matrix to understand this? Yes. So let's load here confusion matrix 2, which will help us to understand. Okay, so this is, let's see, my confusion matrix is CM, and confusion dot matrix is between y test and y pred. Confusion dot matrix. Okay, so this is not dot, this is confusion matrix, your entire object we are creating here. And I want to print this confusion matrix object. And you can see now in this, what this is stating that, okay, when we talk about 0 and 1, 0 and 1, this is your y-axis where we have 0 and 1, and this is 0 and 1. Right. So you can see how many accurate we have and how many false cases we have. So when we said 0 and 1, 0 and 1, so in case of 0, you can see, let's drive this using heat map, and this will make more sense. So 154 false cases we have, and 108 false cases. The good number of false cases you can see we have here, and that's why my accuracy is 81%. Import cbound as SN, and cbound dot heat map chart we can visualize there using CM. And do I want to show annotations? Let me ignore it right now. Click on run, and you can see here. So this thing is visualized in proper color. You can see when this was 0, this was 0, which is true. Good cases. Let me show label also. Annote equals to true. Now this is showing me scientific values. What I do here? Let me go here. We have to adjust the figure size, which I don't want to touch right now here. But what these values are? This value is your 929 value, because plus e raised to the power plus 02, that means we have values up to 2 more decimal places, and you can see this value is 929. So we have 0, 0, true cases are 929, but when this value should be 0, 0 means no, and 1 means yes. So this has predicted the cases where customer has left us, but this has predicted no, customer is still with us, are 154. Okay, now when we talk about this case, in this case this is predicted as 108, 1, Okay, so customer has left us, but they have predicted this as 0, that they are still with us. So in this case, you can see 154 are 108 are false cases, and then we have 261 right cases here. Customer has left us, and they have also predicted left us. Okay, so our test and predict, this is how you can compare. Okay, and you can see here we have 81% accuracy here. Makes sense? So this is we have performed. This is we have performed on our telecom data. I have not performed in my data exploration good number of things. I have started working on, because we have only 1 hour, and we have started working on and started closing things. We have not explored data, let's say in terms of missing values. We have not detected, do we have missing values in our data or not? If we have missing values, we should drop those columns, or we should interpolate our missing values. Okay, so in missing value handling, we have covered that. Okay, and after that, we have used data.shape. We have dropped our customer ID column, which is not making sense. We have had here, and we have popped our total charges column, which means we have removed this column. But using drop, we have one method. We can show the impact on our existing data frame, or we ignore that also. If you write false here, so this will not apply impact on your existing data frame. Okay, and there are some other methods also when we talk about removing your rows and columns. Right, data shape again we have used here. We have created pie chart. In pie chart, we have directly used label, and where we said, okay, we have a yes and no. Yes, right input is first we should explore how many yeses and nos we have in our data. So I will run my group by command on my data frame data, and we'll check how many yeses and nos we have. And on that series or list, I will create my pie chart. Okay. Now here we have performed pre-processing, which was very important, because most of the columns in independent, ज़्यादातर independent में columns क्या थे, characters थे. On character we can't run our algorithms or equations, so we have labeled them, we have encoded them. Okay, so churn, which is our y, important था इसको encode करना, and some of the x, these are also very important, and here we have encoded them. Right, so after that हमने define किया हमारा y और x कौन होगा. हमने define किया x train x test, y train y test को split करना, and then हमने predict किया from model logistic regression and how much accurate this model is. Online guys, we have let me cover this thing, Naman, and then we'll get back to your question in detail. We'll discuss that. So here we have created a model which is logistic regression, x train and y train values we have to fit it, and then we have used predict method on our object which is model to predict the values of x test. Okay, so here we got predicted values, and we already have y in y test actual values. So we have compared it to check the accuracy of our model. Okay, in accuracy score, which is 81%, and if you total it, you will find that 108 plus 154, which is false prediction. So these are my false predictions, right? These are true prediction. 0 to 0 is true prediction. 0 to 1, okay, this is with us, but we have predicted no, they are not with us. So that means this is false prediction. They are not. Sorry, this is not. This means not. This means yes means they are with us, and we have predicted they are not with us. So this is false prediction. So you can see these values are your false prediction. Now, Naman, in unsupervised learning, what we do, we don't split our data. We don't have a data set using which we train and test. Or let's go input like this. We don't have a predictor column, which is your y. If you don't have a predictor column, okay, and then on your existing, you compare your entire model. So as per your model, you create predictor column, and whenever you get new value, program keep that value in your predictor column. Here in supervised, we have a data we can easily check. the accuracy. But if we go with the k-means example, you have created 3 segments. Now, if you go get new values, program will automatically keep that in the related segments only. Now, with new value, if you want to train your model again, you can do that. Because in segmentation, let's say that value is again, you have new set of values which are creating now a 4th segment in your data. So we understand our model and we say that, okay, now we have a 4th segment, which was as per my trained data, program has kept that in the 3rd segment, but I should work on that again. Okay. So on unsupervised learning, we take care of those things. All right. So guys, in this case study, you have to work on this telecom data. If you don't have this telecom data set, let me just check, do I have access to share from here? Just give me the second. I have shared this data set in our chat box also. So seems I don't have access. I don't have access. So I will do it. I will do it. If it's not that part of your LMS, I will share with team and they will share with you. Nidhi, okay. If you are using Anaconda, so you have to use different command. And if you are using Python directly in your system, so from your, you have to open your Anaconda prompt and then you have to write install your Fiori in Anaconda. You will get that command, which is this command. Okay, not this one. Python apiori.py. Open your Anaconda prompt and just run this command. Okay. Python apiori.py install. You can execute this command. Let me just show you. If I go in my kernel now, which is running, let me just stop this kernel. Or let me open it again. I don't want to go into this. Just give me a second. In case of normal Python, we use pip command, pip installed. Okay, so in case of Anaconda, we use little different command. Just give me a second. This one, conda install underscore scree auto a priori. That's it. And you can see this is collecting packages, JSON files, and you can see use the search bar at the top page. Done. I already have this installed in my system, so this is done. This is part of that. Yes, Rakesh. Previous previous IPython notebooks I have already shared. I will share this telecom churn IPython notebook along with dataset. Or what I do, let me try to share this file straight here. Just give me a second. Okay. Let me just check if I can share it from here. Rakesh, I have shared to you. Let me share with everyone. So guys, you can download this IPython notebook now. I have shared in the chat box, but that data size is too heavy, and I have to share that data set through email only. So our team will share with you all. Okay. So here we have covered one more project, and my input is we have quickly performed this in 1 hour. We have not explored our data, but you should explore your data before performing everything. Understand the distribution in your data, understand how many missing values you have, group your data, check how many yeses and nos you have, cover each and every topic we have in our recording, and then work on model and predictions. Okay. So here we have closed our 4-day session, sorry, 8-day session. Next to next week or after 8 to 10 days, we'll run a doubt session on the basis of topics which we have covered in our 8-day session. And we'll close your doubts in that session. Correlation metrics help us to understand your accuracy. Sorry, not correlation metric, confusion metric, that is. Correlation metrics, yes, we have not performed, because when you have multiple variable and if your variables are correlated, they are have which we call multi-collinearity. We should take care of that. Now I have shared last week one IPython notebook which contains the solution of our Boston housing pricing. In that we have performed multi-collinearity. In that we have created confusion metrics. Let me check. I don't remember the file name, but we'll try our best to look for that. That is multiple linear. And I will check whether this is housing pricing data or not. Yes, this is. So here you can see we have created correlation metrics. And if you go by this correlation metrics, you can see we have a good correlation if you try to read by color. Between LSTAT and RM. Here you can see. Now, if I go in L state and look for RM, you can see high negative correlation we have here. But between L state and you can see here also we have a high negative correlation. I will not use this. And the cases also where we have, you can see here between TEX and RAD 0.9, they are highly correlated. So look for cells which are in light color, that means they are highly correlated, and we'll skip those column from this data. So I will skip this text and red because you can see we have a high correlation between them. And high negative correlation also, these are 0.75, 0.61. And if we have something which is greater than 0.74, we should skip those as well. Okay, Rakesh, we have already shared this file. Okay, so guys, here we have closed our day 8. My expectation is you guys work on all the at least case studies or algorithms which we have covered in our 8th session, and also go through the recorded sessions. We'll meet next week to discuss the doubts. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.